I'll wait for somebody to hop on here before I tell my story, so I don't tell it to myself, which would be funny considering what just happened. Hello, John. Brendan, guess what I've been doing for the last 5 minutes? I've been streaming live in a private video, talking to myself, wondering if the world had ended. So just sitting there talking away, looking at the clock, looking at the viewership. And I was like, it sure is quiet in here. I was like, it's quiet everywhere. Like my computer, I couldn't hear my computer fan running. I couldn't hear like anything outside, like no noise from the road. No lurkers. And I was like, is something, did I miss something? So I started thinking about it. I was like, what's going on? Where's all the lurkers? Turns out, just talking to myself in private, in a private YouTube video. Maybe it was paint fumes. A lot of interference from the floating debris. Can you see floating debris today? It's usually when I sand. What did we talk about? We just talked about the world coming to an end. That was about it. I just sat here and talked about the apocalypse with myself as I dotted I's. The floating debris. Oh, my video title. Yeah, that was mainly what I typically do. Sometimes is when I'm trying to name a video, a live stream, real quick. I think, what's the dumbest thing I can possibly think of that like all these other goobs like post YouTube videos about, like clicky stuff. It's like, well, everybody's talking about LiveScope. What's the dumbest thing I can talk about LiveScope? Installing one on my toilet. Yeah, the SB1s are what I showed yesterday, Brendan. The roadkills. These are the 1.5s. And I have 2 bubbles in these, and I really need a cigarette lighter. I really need a... Did I drop it in there? No. Drop it in there? No. Are you in here? What did I do with that damn thing? I got a torch outside. This is really gonna piss me off. Oh yeah. So Brendan tried. I've got that little brown one burns, and it worked good. I must have been hiding secretly burning cigarettes in the back with my little lighter and forgot to return it. Brendan did indeed try the concoction. I tried that yesterday, Burns. It did not work. I think you need a straw for that. Do I have a straw? This might work. Heat shrink. Nope, that's not working. I gotta work fast though. Son of a Mitch. Son of a Mitch. I guess I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Double dot. Got that one. That one's being pesky. That son of a bitch will not pop. Like I'm poking it and it won't pop. What a dick. Well, sorry, dudes. About 300 lighters for the cost of one airbrush. You need to show off my drip. Jeremy is immaculate today. I don't want to break the space-time continuum if I show off my swaggy drip. Your screens might spontaneously combust. Get the pants with the paint on the boots. What do you know about that? My drip is just immaculate. Immaculate is what he says. Immaculate, not immaculate. Immaculate. Does anybody follow Waxon on the gram and watch his drip? If you don't, it'll. What's up, Nasty Nate? Your bait went in the mail today. Gator, I wore pants today, and I have been wearing pants for the last couple days because all my shorts are destroyed. All my jorts. I think I've got like 6 or 7 pair in my drawer, and none of them are fit to wear in public. None of them are fit to wear in public. So I'm trying to figure out what I do. The Jort collection still exists. The Jort collection just isn't wearable because most of them have the ass ripped out or the front is so far ripped they fillet open above my pockets. So there's nothing like the whole it's like a dress because they're in two pieces here and these two are in two and all you can see is my pockets and my underwear. So they just like it's not even shorts anymore. Showing the hang down. Yeah, they're now Rat Brains approved. That reminds me of Crank Yankers. Anybody ever watch Crank Yankers and remember when uh, what's his name? Tracy Morgan said trying to get a little stank on my hang low. Dude, we used to say that shit so much. Like as soon as that Crank Yankers came out, all we did was walk around talking about stank on our hang low. That might have been a high school thing. Uh, Jorts will only last 18 years. Yeah, and mine all mine all decided to go down at once. Uh, the Crank Yankees with the shit in the car still puts me in tears. I'm trying to figure out which skit that was with the Tracy Morgan talking about stank on his hang low. Um, I have to go back and find out. Brendan, I can tell you those jorts probably are near your age. Because a lot of them were my shorts from high school that I had worn out as jeans, and then I converted them to shorts. So they're probably pretty damn close, honestly. Pretty damn close. Uh, being a bigger, older man, I have a collection of size ranges. Never know when you take a good dump and drop a size. You're right. Or eat a big meal. Even you got to pop that button. And then you go to get your. Then you got to get dressed the next day. Clothes don't fit. Thanksgiving, definitely bumping up a size. Definitely bumping up a size. So Amy brought us home a treat that she had gotten for some folks at work yesterday, last night. She told the Bean and I, Bean really made it was a proud dad moment. So Amy said, "I've got a treat for y'all after you eat dinner." So we ate dinner, and Amy pulled out this styrofoam box and she opened it, and it was 6 donuts, 2 strawberry and sprinkles. And Bean is obsessed with sprinkles and pink. So there was a chocolate with sprinkles, 2 chocolate with sprinkles, 2 strawberry with sprinkles, then there was 2 regular glazed. And everybody knows that regular glazed are the most superior donut. So um, Amy asked the Bean. She said, "Which one do you want?" And I would have bet my cigarette lighter that she would have picked the pink with the sprinkles. And she looked around. She said, "I want that one." the regular glazed donut. I was like, damn, you're good, dude. And she's like, what? And I was like, I picked the right one. Like, that was the only answer. I was like, I want the other one. And so baby and mama got the sprinkled strawberry and chocolate shitty ones. But after I ate that glazed Krispy Kreme donut, I realized that a half dozen of those things would be on my death row dessert list. Because I don't know if there's any more delicious sweet dessert type treat than a Krispy Kreme glazed donut. Not that Dunkin Donuts shit. Dude, Krispy Kreme is the titties. Anyone here wear a lot of cut off tees by, but once you have a 6-month-old, you realize you can't be slipping nips anymore. Oh. No, I don't typically wear those because I have no reason to. Tim Hortons maple glazed rival Krispy Kreme? No way, dude. Funny you say that, Anthony. That reminds me of the last time I remember wearing a cutoff shirt. I was on a cruise, and me and my buddy Cody were sitting there at the bar, and there was this creepy old lady sitting like 3 seats down from us, and it was like the middle of the day, and there was nobody out. Everybody's like eating lunch and shit, and me and Cody were sitting there drinking beer or whatever, and just talking like me and you are now, and he was sitting between me and the lady, and she was sitting down there like smoking a cigarette, drinking her drink, and just like staring at us. And she had this real crazy look in her eye. And he was like, "How you doing?" I was like, "God, don't do that, dude. Don't start." And anyway, she was like, he's like, "What?" I have a shirt over a little bit. He's like, "Yeah?" She was like, "Yeah." And like I said, I had a cutoff shirt. And he like moved my shirt up to where my like nip slipped out. And she was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Who is this psycho?" But I was like, "I gotta go, dude. I'm not getting tangled up in this bullshit." So that's the kind of creeps you run into at noon at the bar on a cruise ship. But where was I in the comments? Is on a crumble cookie thing. They cook them to order. Crumble. Oh, the yeah. Okay. So I haven't Gator, they built a crumble up from our house. Um and there's always a line, and I never understood why people were standing in line at a bakery to get like baked goods. But that makes sense if they bake them to order, why there would be a line. But people seem to be pretty into the crumbles. And that Spring Hill College is across from it, so there's always like college girls in there trying to get their freshman 15 on, and walking across the street, loading up on. Every time I drive by going to the grocery store, it's like a damn sorority meeting in there. I didn't know Tim Horton had a bakery. I'll have to look this up. Don't start eating them. I'm about to go get a piece of pizza or a hot dog from Costco. It's in Canada? Oh, it's not the bass fishing Tim Horton? If you're not at the bakery by 6 a.m. ish. Oh, not the fisherman. Oh, no, I don't dunk. I don't dunk shit, bro. Krispy Kreme cooked in store, Dunkin' Donuts frozen and shipped to store. It makes a big difference. Dunkin' Donuts are too cakey. They're too dense. A Krispy Kreme is air. It's so airy and light and delicious. John, don't let Frank know about that maple glaze. He will drive all the way down from Canada to get some. Uh, no, I don't. I'm trying to think of anything I dunk in juice. Oh, have we talked about this before? The only weird thing that I tried that was ended up being delicious was isn't it argued that you can put potato salad in gumbo? Isn't that what it is? Potato salad and gumbo. They'll put the Oreos. Do you put the fork inside the icing and then just sit there and give it a little twisty, or do you just go savage, dunk fingers and all? Y'all seem like savages that wouldn't use the fork trick. You just go whole hand. I will say, in my opinion, potato salad and gumbo is real legit. Burns, it may sound gross, but that shit is delicious. Savage all the way. Jeremy's such a savage. He just puts the whole cookie in his mouth and then dumps milk in his mouth and just lets it marinate. And then when he's ready to eat, he just starts chomping. No glass of milk necessary. Straight jug to mouth. What did Bob say? I haven't had an apple fritter in forever. Amy's smart, Burns. That's how smart she is. When she goes to a restaurant, they usually shaft you on the gumbo if you order like a cup of gumbo because they make it 80-20 gumbo or rice to gumbo. So they give you a big cup of rice and a splash of gumbo on it. She always orders gumbo, no rice, or rice on the side, and she gets an entire full serving of gumbo. Not a fan of gumbo. Come on, bro. Been known to get the Hershey syrup bottle and chug. That's what I'm saying, Ryan. If you don't like gumbo, you haven't had a good one. Oreo, milk, protein powder, throw that in the Ninja, and then you got a post workout protein insulin spike. Perfect. If you do potato salad with gumbo, can't sweet relish. No, I don't like sweet relish. I've never been a fan of any sweet relish on anything. And I can't understand why Costco has a sweet relish dispenser for their wieners. Anthony, if that's what I get for a post workout uh, snack, then maybe that would be inspiration to pump a little iron. BBC's camper membership has a temporary hold put on it until he likes gumbo. Relish is a must. I'm scared to try it because I don't want to dick up my hot dog. So I don't like sweet relish. I don't know that I've ever eaten sweet relish on anything that I was like, damn, that's good. I don't like it in tartar sauce. I don't like it in any other shit people put it in and ruin something perfectly good. Um, Sweet relish and me don't get along. My mom likes those sweet pickles, and ugh. I used to always go in the fridge when I lived at home to go get a nice dill pickle for something, and there's always those sweet pickles. Yeah. Ryan, what's a Chicago style hot dog? I thought bread and butter. That's what my mom eats. Bread and butter pickles. Uh, South Jersey, what's up? We're just talking about food. We're just talking about food. Bob, I also do not like backup cameras. I feel like I'm blind. You the guy at Costco that asked for sauerkraut? If they had sauerkraut, I would certainly ask for it. And I would just go sauerkraut and mustard. I would much prefer that. Or uh, I heard at some stores they were doing onions, chopped onions, that you could get chopped onions. Um, Dude, if Costco would have a upcharge for chili and cheese and onions on their hot dog, that really would cause the space-time continuum to crash. Oh, October will be iguanas will be back in stock. A good day for an iguana, probably Sunday. If no, if they wouldn't deliver on a Sunday, maybe a Friday, so I have the weekend to have it acclimated to my home. Um, by the package of Costco Gator, I did not know that Costco sold their franks. I did not know that. I guess it's getting too late for me to go to Costco. Never look at your backup camera. No, I thought at one point I wanted the only thing I like it for is getting close to a trailer ball. When you're backing up to a boat or a trailer and you can get that ball in there, right on, it's money. But as far as like backing up towards anything, I don't like it. But even backing up towards a trailer ball, I feel weird. When you go to Costco, they have sauerkraut. Wow, is it? It's part of the secret menu. Let's see, does Costco have chopped onions? I read somewhere that they had chopped onions. In May of 2023, Costco reps confirmed the diced onions were indeed coming back to food courts. Hmm. Well, there you go. We're besides the iguana, we're raising a tadpole right now. For the longest time, from like it took me quite a while. Uh, like when I first started driving, I was a hand on the passenger seat, look in the mirror, back up a trailer guy. Mirrors threw me off, but I could look back. I could park that thing in a gnat's ass. But if you made me do it from the mirrors, I'd get all screwed. But eventually, I was like, you got to learn to use your mirrors. Um, but eventually, I got in my 20s. I became one with the mirrors. I still prefer to turn around and look. Yeah, it should be getting legs soon. I need to get some more water for it. His water is evaporating quickly. Later, Anthony. Um, dude. If Costco's had sauerkraut and onions this whole time, I'm gonna be real pissed. When you get in the truck and look up, there's a tree frog on the wipers. Yeah, those. I like frogs. We had one hopping around the yard yesterday. I feel like that's like a sign of good luck. You've got creatures inhabiting your personal property. Sweet creatures, not like cockroaches and shit like that. Um, I guess I haven't shown off this color. It's just something that I'd maybe pass off for a get the white paper out. Could pass this off as a need a real piece of paper, not that curled up shit. Here's my checklist for my blue truck. Can't see the back color. You can kind of see it. So it's got green on the nose, blue on the tail, and then the back kind of color shifts from blue to green. It's got a bluish green pearl going on, some coppery silver on the sides, gold on the sides. It's a beautiful shad imitator. I like it a lot. I should have once I got done with it, I was looking at I walked in here and saw your baits on the table. I said, damn it, I should have painted Burns' baits like that. I should have put Burnsies. I should have put Burnsies in this delicious pattern. It's got a gold kind of stripe down the side too. So it would look far from simplistic. It may look simplistic, but it's probably got. Let me count the colors on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's probably 12 to 15 colors on there to get that. To get all of this. Because the pearl white is not just pearl white. It's got something over the pearl white, and then the gold. And everything's got something else. Like for every color, there's something sprayed over the top of that. Sudeth vibes? No. That's like a... What's Sudeth? Little Earl? Didn't take a hit of acid. Yes. I went in there and took me a little dose and said, let's see what happens here. Let's see. Little Earl. I could see some similarities there. Some. Not a ton. So that's a... Little Earl's a good bait, though. As potato chippy as it is. As potato chippy as it is. If you could imagine the nose being rounded off. Pretty clever way to install a bill. I need Pryor to give us the rundown on Sudeth, because I was told, I think Eric told me that there was ways to identify better running ones by the color of the little insert that they used. That if it was like a red one, it was made during a certain time and it was good. I don't know. That's got a blue one in it. Who knows? Who knows? I'm no Sudeth expert. I do like them, and they have little. If nobody's ever dicked around with a Sudeth, this bill is removable, as you saw earlier, but there's sometimes there's BBs in there, and the BBs can cause the bait to sink or float. So if you have a sinker or a suspender, pop the BBs. If I could only choose one crankbait, it's a Little Earl. For the rest of your days on Earth, Pryor, that's the one. Pryor, maybe we need to do a Little Earl show, and we can talk all things Little Earl. It catches them. Obviously catches them better than everything else. Why big companies have not went the route with a replaceable lip, because then they can sell less baits. Why do they want to sell you one bait that does 10 things? Weed eater cord. How about that shit? How about that shit? And it's like, with the exception of DRT, like I don't like, back in the day I used to think that would be cool. Like to have a bait that would do like all this, like when I first started painting, it was like, oh, what kind of baits am I going to invent? And I started thinking about it, and it's like, oh, well, I could do this and like have all these, shit that does this. And then the more I thought about it, and it's like, I don't want to be on the boat. Like it's just goobery. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I feel like an amateur if I'm out there throwing my crankbait. It's like, oh, let me try this other let me try the other uh, bill that came with this bait. Let me go through all these attachments that I can put on this bait to see if I can generate a bite. I don't know. I'd rather just have one bait that does something like what it's supposed to do than like one bait that tries to do a bunch of other shit. Yeah, for certainly for a big bait that's expensive, like a swim bait, it makes sense to maybe have a few options. But I don't know. Even then, I'd rather have just one bait that's good at what it does. Were you offering to paint baits for people on Instagram? Someone on Instagram claiming to be you offered to paint me baits. He's hacked. Pryor, do you have a collection of John Pryor painted little Earls, or are the ones you fish stock colors? I have these two. Somebody got a little heavy-handed with the gill. This little rainbow trout looking one's sexy. Sweet potato. They got all the good ones, dude. Chartreuse classic, pretty much. I don't know what they called that, but I know it'll catch one. I love that faded out lime. This is like a mellow yellow. 09. Bob, you have lots of little Earls. When you coming off mostly stock? When you coming off your little Earl stockpile? I painted that one just because it was really, really roached out. Most of the stuff I paint for myself is typically because it's like really, really dicked up. You should, Bob. What's up, Brian? GG and 025, chartreuse and blue. What is GGG? I don't have a chartreuse and blue one. I guess I could change that. Um, yeah, 1.5s are done. I'm waiting on the eyes to dry while we sit here and chitty chat. Once they get glazed over, I'll put a little pupil on them, and I do like the Earl Bob. Hella, he said 80-20. What was his exact words? Let's see. He sent me a message earlier to report back. You don't have a flat A blue back chartreuse? I don't. 80%, 80-20 for cream soda root beer was out of this world. Green gold glitter. I would not have picked that as a top little Earl color. That's interesting. If I saw that one on eBay and I swiped it up, I would probably take it home and scrub all that shit off of it and paint it something else. Not sure if we can trust his nubile palette. That's funny. That's funny. Dollar bill. Very interesting. Green gold glitter. Let's look it up. Images. No images of it. Well, sand it down and find out that GGG was worth $300. I don't know that. I don't know if there's any collectible Sudeth guys out there willing to pay up for those. I'm trying to think if I've painted over anything of like significant value. I probably painted over some pretty decent Bagley colors. Actually, I know I did back in the day because I had guys. I had guys from down here when they found out I was painting. Some buddies of mine, they wanted me to paint Bagleys for them, and I like knew about Bagleys, but I didn't know. I knew enough, and I remember thinking when some of those guys would like drop baits off, I'm like, "You sure you want me to paint this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, just make it OFO." I'm like, "Okay, you sure?" It's like a OTP, which that one wouldn't count because it's already OFO, but pretty much. There are 28. They're color 28, which is like Fire Tiger's pretty sexy. Are they still making baits? Can you buy a new Sudeth crankbait? Blade Master Lures set its crankbait. Danielsville, Georgia. They have a Facebook page. Let's check it out. This is the last time something was posted. They posted some arts and crafts on October 2022. More Arts and Crafts Pioneer Festival. No baits. Where's the baits? What is this shit? They're posting baits, but they look lame. Got some jigs. Several GGGs on the hacked Facebook page. I'll have to go in there and snoop around. This was one of my favorite colors they did. I don't know what it's called. I can't see it. Too much glare. There, oh. That color. I don't know what that color is, but it's badass. That would catch the shit out of them down here. I need to do myself some baits like that. I think. Let's see. Is this it? Is that it? New owner called me today. He is starting up production again. There you go. Well, hopefully they don't suck. Yeah, they sprinkled glitter all over the eyes. I don't know why they did the glitter last. Epic Eric sells them. Of course he does. Let me go to the Epic Eric Bass Lab and see. Raining in Minnesota. Welcome to South Alabama life. Epic Eric Bass Lab products. I don't want stickers. I don't want skirts. Eric is hawking old school skirts now? What the fuck? Where is GGG? Big Boss Hog. Floater. Green gold glitter. This one, Eric's, looks like it has. Oh yeah, that is pretty sexy. It doesn't. It looks like it's got some different colors in the glitter. Can't see it. Well, there you go. If you're looking for a GGG floating big balls hog, Epic Eric Bass Lab has them. Or if you want an SH4 Timber Tiger, or Sweet Potato, or Chrome Mistake, which was badass. Hot Chocolate. He's got some badass colored Sun Granny. He's got some badass colored Timber Tigers. Set of square bills? No, I just have the little Earls. The only ones you need. The Shadow. Yeah, it's hard to do foundation work and pour concrete and all that fun stuff, but y'all somehow managed to do it in the wintertime, right? What else is on here? Square bills, this, that. Man's OG Thin Man and Loudmouth Chuggin' Spit. Foiled Epic Shad. I could probably be sanding baits right now. Pryor, do you throw your little Earl on a bait caster? White Knight, Clemens, Sun Granny, Blueback Herring, Gold Blackback. The White Knight was pretty sexy. All those were, actually. Clemens, too. All right, enough Bass Lab. How are we looking on eyes? Close enough. Let's dot. Let's pupil. Maybe I will go get me a hot dog. Maybe I will drive up to Costco and get me a little wiener. All right. Yes, with a snap. I'm not a big snap guy myself. Not the biggest fan of those. Never going to use snaps. I've never liked them. It's a no on snaps for me. Chatterbaits are the exception. And I still don't trust them. Actually, there's one I do trust. Maybe. I don't know that I'd trust it on a hard bait, but on my chatterbaits, I'd use a eagle claw, and it was always like a little heavier wire. It was pretty stout. Snap. Um, the funny thing, speaking of snaps, is watching BTL when Uncle Frank would talk about the damn Norman speed clip. So I bought some of those back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago, long time ago. I was like, oh, these are cool. You push them and they open up. Dude, you could breathe on those things and they would just like fold like a cheap lawn chair. And then Uncle Frank started talking about I use a Norman speed clip. I'm like, dude, those things are the biggest pieces of shit. You're not telling me that you really do use those things. I can't make myself believe that. Snap only goes on the Earls. Interesting. Very interesting. Now you're giving up the juice. Prior, you're supposed to save that for our little fireside chat. Um, Hayden, I did get the wedding present native gill shipped out um, and tuned up. I got through some of Burns's baits. Some of those passed the test. Some did not, but that's the way it goes. That's why you prototype them. Um, where was South Jersey's? Best retrieve is drag like a Carolina Regan Pauls. Take up the slack. What's up, Darius? I use Norman clips for tuning, but after 80 baits, they get rough on the fingers. I can see that. That's probably a good use of them. I could see that being the only thing I would use them for. Fryer said there's more juice. There's more little Earl juice. Um, Jig with a snap. It just seems like that snap would get hung in everything. Um, Trying to get these geared up for all the little shad schoolers and chasers this fall. For all my Clearwater campers. Brendan, you get married, you get a native gill. Just go get married to that little Texas tamale you had you were talking to, that you were driving out to Texas to see. Correct, Nate. No ladies in the southeast. It was dirt shallow last week. That sounds fun. Import a bride. There you go. See if your iguana supplier has a wife you can order. That would be a nice little fine print for the native gill. If you're getting married, send me your wedding invitation. Not a fake one. And you can have a native gill for your wedding. And not even sell them anymore. Just give them out as wedding presents. That's the only way you can get one. Is if you send proof of getting married. Not like 20 years ago, though. Could, Hella. Waffle it to young Brendan. Dude, I can't wait to get clear on these. They're going to look immaculate. She's in Macon, Georgia. You got you a Georgia peach? Brennan, I don't think it's happenstance that you happen to have a chick that you're into whose dad happens to have lots of ponds. I don't think that's coincidence. You little snake. Make it bacon on the menu. Bacon. There you go. No, I swear, I met her and I really liked her, and then like months later, I find out that her dad's got like all these juicy ass ponds. I really didn't know. I really didn't know her grandfather was Bill Dance. I swear. Darius, was your grandfather T.G. Shepherd? Frank Parker's granddaughter. Bill Dance's daughter has one of the creepiest fan bases that you've seen. Is she attractive? I don't know that I've ever seen Bill Dance's daughter. Who follows her? Like Bill Dance fans? Wife up the farmer's daughter, and you can have one, Brendan. Not early. Good old boy from Eastern Kentucky. There you go. I didn't know if your dad wrote, I loved them every one. That would have been cool. Does anybody have any famous relatives? Besides Brendan's girlfriend's dad? Pamela Dance wears a Vols hat. Let's see who Pamela Dance is. Oh, yeah, sure does. If you go to Pamela Dance and then you hit videos instead of images, you get a 12-minute hit the floor dance workout with some blonde in some short shorts. There's Pamela Dance. She looks like a nice lady. Definitely not Pamela Dance. You sure you don't have the wrong one, South Jersey? Pamela. Drop the link. What's her at? We get flowers. That sounds fun. Oh, asking the girl. That sounds good, Gator. Does he have like this big thing planned where like helicopters come in and like drop shit in the yard and it says, like an airplane flies over with a banner that says, "Will you take me to homecoming" or something? Or is he just doing it the old fashioned way? Some good old flowers and knocking on her door. Santa suit. That's good. That's good. I think it's funny all these kids are doing this now. Brennan, by they, you mean y'all? Don't worry. You're going to work your way up. You started early with a few pawns. Give you 5-6 years, you'll be on the dance compound. These kids are nuts. High school boys coming to the girls' soccer games with signs and flowers and asking girls as they walk up the field for the game they're playing. Wow. Wild times. Wild times. I'm not after any money or whatever. I just want to make baits and fish. It's not about the money. It's not about the money, Brendan. It's about the keys to the gates. Where Bill has made his fortune fishing ponds. It's about them gate keys. Ow. It was a one of one gill crawl thing. BBC doesn't put that stanky on his panky. No stank on my hang low, please. Just on my bass thumb. Flights to Pigstone are not free. If Bill Dance is your grandfather, they are probably. Money is the key to everything, pretty much. Unless you win the lotto, apparently those people are not into money. A lot of winning the lottery ruined my life stories. I don't see how that would happen though. I would think having too much money would be better than having no money. Sounds like you're looking for a husband. Life partner, Chris. All right, all signed. Hagen in South Georgia. Oh, I hadn't heard that in a while. Hagen. It's just people who have addictive personalities winning millions of dollars and having money they've never seen before and they go crazy. I do have a large keychain with keys to private ponds. Next year, Mille Lacs, so TK can crank walleyes. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. As long as I got, I would. What would be preferred, Hella, is to go and just try and get my fillets to last me the length of the trip out of the way, and then I could just bass fish the rest of the time. I just need them fillets. If you're not on drugs and you're good with money, the winning lottery is great. I would think that's what I'm saying. If you gave me $10 million, I think I'd be just fine. I don't think my life would be ruined. Even 50 million, I think I would be having a good time. Tacklecraft would get a boost. It would get a surge. There would be baits pumping out left and right. A tricky slot. I don't like that. If I won $10 million, would you get a new Triton seat and poles? Yes, but I'd buy the poles used, and I'd probably drop the $1,000 to have my seats redone. Give me a couple meals and my family won't ever know my new name. Would I pay someone to work on my old truck? No, that would be what the money would provide me, is time to go out and work on it. Which would be nice. That's part of the appeal of it. But I could afford parts then, so that would be nice. So would you rather work on the truck instead of fish? Right now, yes. Until it runs, like I've got that like obsessive block in my brain to where like I want that thing driving and like street legal. And until that happens, that's all that I can like focus on. Nothing sounds appealing but like making that happen. But once I get it done, I'll be back into going fishing. Hot and cold running maids. Oh, a new shop. I would probably build a small shop for my boat and all my shit. If TK won 10 million, he would die with $9,999.98.5. AC? No. That's worthless to me. That wouldn't change. Um, I don't know. Like I really wouldn't do that much. Like I build a house. Uh, put a garage on it. Besides that, Tacklecraft would be on steroids. Um, decent test tank, maybe. Um, yeah, just a little bullshit. Like I would probably just buy like knickknacks that I need and probably spend like 10 grand and like still kind of feel guilty about it. Probably buy a handful of cigarette lighters. Yeah, all those things. Materials, 10 pack of lighters. Uh, I'd probably buy trying to think. Oh yeah. More than one super glue? Yeah, I'd probably buy like a thing of super glue. Um, I don't know, honestly. More pegboard? No, honestly, the what the money would do for me, uh, I think it would provide me an opportunity to like finish all the shit that I want to finish. You know what I mean? Like stuff that just takes longer than like a couple hours. Like I want I want that black. But like having to do that is like a waste of time. But if I have nothing, like if I just have like tons of money rolling around, I could like take a couple hours and like paint that. If I could buy any tackle company, I don't know, whichever one is has the least amount of bills and making the most amount of money. Um, I don't know who that would be. By the hookup tackle, would you rename it South Jersey? Reaction would be a cool one. The reason reaction would be great would be because I could develop the whole hard bait line. That would be a good one. That would be a good one. Hook up and shut it down. The not hook up. The hook down. The hook down tackle. You should start that meme page on Insta. The hook down tackle. You could bring back Bagley's. Oh no, I don't think you could bring back Bagley to its glory days. I think it's too far down the shitter that nobody even cares about Bagley anymore. I think they've run that. They've drugged that name through the mud so much over the last 20 years that it's done. Bagley is no more. It no longer holds any kind of prestige. What's wrong with Northland? I thought is Northland not around anymore? I always liked Northland's product. I always liked their little spinner baits with the squiggly skirts. I thought Northland made cool stuff. Oh, Northland owns Bagley. I didn't know. I didn't know they owned Bagley now. That was a dumb buy. Lee Sisson cranks. No, I don't. I never got into. I never got into Sisson baits. They were always the ugly, redheaded stepchild, poor man's Bagleys. I never liked. There was never any. They weren't balsa to begin with, uh, and they just always looked weird. They just looked like fake Bagleys, like knockoff Bagleys. There wasn't anything I liked about them. But all right, dudes, I'm gonna run to Costco for a minute. Maybe grab me a wiener, um, and clear coat some baits a little later. So y'all be good. Thanks for sticking around. Made it to an hour 30 today. Y'all take it easy. We'll catch you tomorrow. Adios.